Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I thank the honourable member for Mallee for his question. The member for Mallee started his life working as a rouseabout in the shearing sheds and also mucking out stables. So it's very important that he's very involved in making sure that we have the best job opportunities for the people of Mallee.
Member for Wakefield.
Within Mallee, there is a big dairy industry.
The member for
big dairy industry. The dairy industry across our nation employs 43,000 people on farms and factories, and over 100,000 people in related industries. Under the free trade agreement with China, whole milk powder, which is the commodity that most related to Mallee, will go from 10% down to 0% over 11 years. But of course, this could be put at risk if this free trade agreement is not passed. Cattle is a big industry in the Mallee, and across our nation, Mr Speaker, this employs between 45 and 50,000 people directly, and a further 150,000 indirectly. On meat and offal, the tariff is currently at 12 to 25% into China, and this will go down to 0 over 9 years. But there's only one thing that could put it at risk, and that is if the Labor Party decides they're not going to support it. Wool is also a big industry in the Mallee. And we're getting very good prices now again in the wool industry. The Eastern Market Indicator is up over 1,300 cents a kilogram clean. This quota will go up by more than 50% under the free trade agreement, but this also will be put at risk if the Labor Party decides that they're not going to support the free trade agreement. But let's go to other industries that we mightn't hear all the time, but they're emerging industries. Our biggest horticultural export in our nation is almonds. Almonds is was last year about $522 million. Within the Mallee, part of the Mallee, they're looking at an expansion. The CEO of the Almond Board told me this before coming to question time, of over $1 billion in the next 3 years. This is just an industry that possibly many people in Australia don't even recognise, and it employs 2,000 people directly and 7,000 indirectly, and yet with the free trade agreement, the tariff on this industry will go from 10 to 24% down to 0 over 4 years, but this also could be put at risk if we don't pass the free trade agreement. Last night I was talking to the NFF. Their major concern is what is the Labor Party's position on the free trade agreement. The sheep meat exporters want to know what is the Labor Party's position on the free trade export. And now it's absolutely disgusting to hear in the recollections of the former leader of the Labor Party, Mark Latham, that even the leader of the Labor Party has two positions on the free trade agreement. One for the public and one he holds privately, and neither position agrees with the other.